KURINJI Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
Neet, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
KURINJI Educational Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurinjischoolnkl.in.
Hi students, good morning to everyone. This video I would like to continue about our principles of inheritance chapter and variation chapter irukna, and the chapter lo sex determination completed. This topic today video it will give the clarity to you. Mutations, what is the mutations, how it will causes, what are the different type of aberrations, abnormalities causing to mutations. I mean by the mutation effect organism will be affected by the several disorders. Okay, that and all we will get the clarity. Before that what is the mutation and then what are the reasons for mutation causing, that and all we will get it clarity in this video. Let me start today video session. Hi students, here topic is mutations. Mutations, starting before the last we discussed about sex determination, how different individuals sex determination depends upon the several factors. Here sex depends upon the chromosomal depends, or sometimes genes, that genes ratio between the X chromosomes and autosomes, that is a best example is Drosophila, and then haplodiploidy also we seen. Haplodiploidy also we seen that after some of the organism sex determination based on the environmental factors also. Yesterday we seen temperature, based on the temperature some of the organisms their eggs will be developed into the high temperature time male organisms and low temperature time female organisms. Okay, so that is the sex determination concept. Then here whether you remembered or not, our chapter is the principles of inheritance and variation, correct now? So up to now what you learned, that and all inheritance based. Inheritance and what are the characteristics we got from our parents, the generation by generation characteristics, how it is transforming. Now this is the time to discuss about the variation. Variation anna vyathyasam. So that vyathyasam or variation will be caused by the mutation. Basically normal variations causing by the mutation, normal variations causing by the recombination. One day I given the one example to you that I came from my parents. Okay, if you seen my body characteristic with my parents comparison, maybe some of the characteristics of my body, anatomical arrangement, anatomical posture, okay, or morphological postures, our face, our forehead may be similar to my father, okay, our eyes similar to my mother, but I am not exact Xerox copy of my father or not my mother. So here what happened means it is a recombination of DNA. Okay, so when the recombination happens in the DNA, it leads to the variation. You know, now you got the concept. So that variation only leads to the several years after a new species. Okay, but today topic vishayam enna mutations. This also leads to the variation in the organism, but it is a sudden appearance of the different characteristics. Such a characteristics we doesn't seen in the our forefathers or any our Vamsa Vriksha, but suddenly a new character is origin or get it in the one offspring. Okay, either our body or any one person. Okay, I taken example as any one single body, so that's why given my body is example. Okay, whatever it is. So here For a mutation wise, I will give the one best example that will be give some clarity to you. Hrithik Roshan hero, that Hrithik Roshan hero having the sixth finger. Okay, in the besiding of thumb finger, he has a little more small thumb finger. His forefathers, no one does not have any such a type of characteristics. So that sixth finger containing of the sixth finger, it is not a characteristic of human being. So in the very rare chances, a new characteristics we can able to find in the population, that too it is not a getting from our forefathers onwards. So such a type of variations, changes we have to study under mutation. So here what I am telling to you, mutation definition, it is a sudden changes and stable. For example, if you take the Hrithik Roshan sixth finger, that sixth finger is a sudden appearance in his body. Sudden appearance, by birth he got that one. But in forefathers doesn't have. And then it is a stable. Lifelong he is maintained that sixth finger. Okay, by operation if maybe they will be removed, but if they are not yet removed means it is a stable. It will not increase, it will not decreasing in size. Simply by birth itself what is they have, that is it is a stable. And then it is a maybe chances to inheritable. Maybe there is a chance to it giving to their offsprings. But these inheritable word is not exactly applicable. Maybe chances or may not be chances. So mutations are sudden changes and stable changes. Maybe there is a giving to the chance for inheritable also. Here such a type of variation or mutations are happened by the gene change, genetic material changes. We know a basic statement in the genetics. Here what is the characters we have, those and all expressed by the genes only. One gene control the one characteristic. Whether for example if you take tallness, tall is a one characteristic. That character controlling by the one hormone. Hormone is nothing but protein. That protein is secreting by the one gene. Correct only. So that gene located in the pituitary gland. So that pituitary gland onwards secreting cells are secreting the one protein. That protein is a growth hormone. That growth hormone implement the growth of the person. Okay, so whatever it is. So any character controlling by the gene. Gene is nothing but a fragment of DNA. So now these genetic material are nothing but genetic material is nothing but DNA only. DNA is nothing but arrangement of the nitrogen bases in the one sequence order only. So if any change happens in the sequence of the DNA, nothing but we call as a genetical material changes, that will leads to the physical appearance change. Genetical nature is changed, it impact to the physical appearance will be changed. That physical appearance only I given the one example, sixth finger of Hrithik Roshan. Or not only the same example, in societies our examples are there. Sudden, okay, and then whether you remembered or forget, I don't know. In the 8 month or 10 months back, a baby born in Odisha, a different characteristic. That is also one of the genetical imbalance. Of course, she is not yet alive. She died. So sorry, that baby is died due to the lack of proper healthy condition. So such a type of abnormalities will appearance in the organism. Such a things, characteristics we called as a mutations. Now, why mutations are causing? Mutations are causing by the mutagens. So which factors are leads to the causing to the mutations? Those things we call as a mutagens. Which things are generating the mutations? Those substances, those factors we call as a mutagens. So here by the mutagen effect, which organism is getting the mutation factor, expressing, that organisms we call as a mutant organism. For example, Hrithik Roshan is a mutant person. I mean a new character. Okay, so mutant. So mutation expressed organism we call as a mutant. That mutant or mutation causing by the which factors, those things we call as a mutagens. Here inga parunga mutations due to the inducing of the mutagens. That mutagens may be chemical factor or may be physical factor or environmental factor also. Of course, we can say environmental factor under physiological. So chemical factors and physiological factors are substances, chemical substances, physiological factors. Here temperature, okay, temperature, I mean our surrounding environment contain the temperature. That temperature and the sun onwards, what it is releasing the light, that light contains several rays. Those rays, X-rays, gamma rays, beta rays, I mean ultraviolet rays, these and all is there. Those and all also play an important role in the act as a mutagens. But all X-rays are not mutagens. Okay, so certain wavelength containing light and temperatures that will be leads to the causing to the mutations. So as like physical factors, chemical factors also, some of the chemicals, DDT, if you are using the more quantity of the DDT for killing of the some pest, these and all, that is also maybe side effect to the causing to the mutation. Best example of the mutation I forget to give, cancer is one of the mutational disease. Cancer. So for example, one person is suffering with cancer, that character is not yet getting from their parents. It is a sudden, and then in our body we are all having the cancer gene. All our body cells are containing with the cancer gene, but in the form of the lethal condition. Suddenly what will happen therimanana, that lethal gene or inactive gene is sudden activated by the effect of the either chemical factors or physical factors. Either by the chemicals, by if when you are using the over pesticides on the paddy field, if you are not using the proper washing, proper cleaning of the vegetables, these and all, that pesticide remains on the vegetables that will enter into our body, that chemical substances will be leads to the giving the stimulation of that inactive cancer gene. When the inactive cancer gene is activated, automatically it starts the cancer. I mean cancer means uncontrolled cell division. Okay, any body part will be leads to the cancer or as a cancer suffering part. Okay, so that and all mutation also, cancer also one of the mutation. Then so these and all information about the mutations. Now we want to discuss about what are the types of mutations. Types of mutations. Here mutation two types. One is a gene mutation, another one is a chromosomal mutation. One is a gene mutation, another one is a chromosomal mutation. Gene mutation means a particular point of the DNA sequence or nothing but one single nucleotide or else a base pair, nitrogenous base pair will be affected. Okay, change happens in the gene level. Where the gene is located, you have clarity. Gene is located in the DNA. Gene is nothing but a DNA fragment. That DNA present in the chromosome. Chromosome presents in the nucleus. Nucleus is present in the cell. Each and every cell contains the nucleus. So that minute nucleus contains the genes inside of the DNA. Now a small gene is getting the mutation. Okay, change their structure or their nature, that will be shows the mutation. So here the change happens in the small gene levels, those leads to the mutation. Such a type of mutations we call as a gene mutations. Gene mutations. Now these gene mutations again divide into the two types, point mutation and frame shift mutation. Point mutation and frame shift. Now come to the here chromosomal mutations. These chromosomal mutation time, chromosome itself will affect. Okay, one chromosome effect time several millions of genes will be affected. Several genes will be affected because of one single chromosome contains approximately minimum 2000 genes. Just for calculation wise I said, not exactly. So if one chromosome miss ayina or one chromosome show the mutation anna, which are the genes located on the mutated chromosome, that total genes controlling characters will be affected. Okay, so here a single gene mutation time only one single character will be affecting, but chromosomal mutation time several characters will affect. Okay, abnormality will expressed by the several characteristics because of here chromosomal, the mutation occurs in the level of the chromosomal level, but here mutation occurs in the gene level first. Okay, so in this chromosomal mutation again divide into the two types basing on that mutation happened in the structure of chromosome or else number of chromosomes. So structure of chromosome means it does not deviate any number changes. Okay, what are the organism contains the constant number of chromosomes, but in that constant number of chromosomes any one chromosome will be affected, in the structure will be affected. So that's why I kept the name as due to the structural changes. Due to the structural changes in the chromosomes it will leads, and then due to the change in the number. Okay, for example, if you need some clarity means here human body having the 23 pairs of chromosomes, that is a constant. Okay, human species having that is a constant level of chromosomes. Unfortunately, for example, instead of the 23 pairs of chromosomes, one extra chromosome is added. One extra chromosome added, 23 plus 1, or else sometimes losing of one chromosome. So, if enna vyathyasam varna which chromosome is extra vanditte, or else which chromosome lost, that lost chromosome on the surface area what character controlling genes are located, all characteristics will be affected. Now you got the concept. Okay, so here mutations are two types, gene mutation and then chromosomal mutations. Side by side we will be know what is the concept about these gene mutation. Gene mutation again divided into the two types. One is a point mutation and then frame shift mutation. Point mutation, why we kept the name as a point? Point means we can identify a particular gene is affected, which gene affected regarding that characteristic. So pointed place of a gene is getting changes that nothing but a single nucleotide. What is the meaning of the nucleotide? Pentose sugar and then phosphate and then one single nitrogen base. One single nitrogen base effect that will be leads to the point mutation. Later I will discuss in the continuation video sickle cell anemia, best example for point mutation. Okay, I will give the clarity about next video. As like next type of gene mutation, that is a frame shift mutation. Frame shift, the word itself you can understand. Frame, that means DNA fragment. A DNA fragment or a DNA fragment nitrogen bases. Nitrogen bases, they are shifting their places. Shift. Frame shift. For example, I am shifting my house one place to another place. That means I am changing my house. Like that, here a frame of the DNA or gene is shifting the one place to another place. So that is nothing but nitrogen bases are relocated. So deletion or insertion of a pair of DNA. That only I said deletion. One particular place nitrogen base is remove out and then it will be adding into the some other place. Okay, as like how I am relocating of my house other place. I exited from one house, I entered into the one new house. Like that, deletion and insertion of a pair of DNA. So examples wise we will get the clarity in the next video. Okay, that is about that is about the gene mutation. Then chromosomal mutation time already I said first one due to the structural changes of the aberrations. Okay, structural change in the chromosomes. That structural changes in the chromosomes we given the particular name, that is a aberration. Okay, so that aberrations are causing by the 4 different ways. One is a deletion. A particular DNA or a particular part of the chromosome may be deleted, or else a deleted portion or already existed thing again recopying. What second one is a duplication. Just taking the Xerox copy. We have the one original copy, by using of that I am taking the number of Xeroxes, that means duplicates. So here a particular gene is there, the same gene repeated several times, that leads to the duplication. So that will increase the length of DNA. If the length of DNA increase, that is also structure of chromosome will be different from the normal condition. Sorry, Nana. So deletion is one factor, or duplication of the DNA is one factor. And then inversion. Inversion means in the 11th standard you studied structure of chromosomes. Some of the chromosomes in the I shape, some of the chromosomes T shape, some of the chromosomes V shape. Because of chromosome having the two arms, that two arms are jointed together in the centromere, correct now? So the nature or structure of the chromosome is inversion. Inversion means something bending or something torsion is happened. So by the torsion or bending, it lost their structure kadananna. So inversion also one of the important factor in the structural variation, aberration in the chromosomes. And translocation, already I said here what is the differences between the translocation and frame shift means here frame shift time a DNA nitrogen base pair only relocating. Okay, translocation means the total a part of the chromosome detaching from the one arm to and attaching with another. For example, 8th chromosome arm removing from that 8th chromosome, they are attaching with the 9th chromosome, translocation only na. Okay, so total they are relocating their total place, nothing but for example, if this frame shift mutation is nothing but if I give some example, I am changing of house in the Namakkal itself, some other new house, there is no any change in the village or town. But if I change the total Namakkal itself, I am going from Chennai, so total village itself change, I mean town itself change. So here translocation, total big variation in the total chromosome, but here frame shift mutation is a small change in the gene levels, that you should be remember, don't be confused. That is about changes in the chromosomal variations, that will be also leads to the mutations. Okay, so how it will causes the mutations means simply what are the genes are affected by the deletion or maybe duplication, and then inversion or translocation, that will be express their characteristics or maybe lost their characteristics. For your understanding, if you take these the DNA, it's a rough diagram of the DNA, double stranded DNA, arranging of the nitrogen bases, adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine, that 80 in between the 80 double bonds are there, CG, guanine, cytosine, in between of that 3 triple bonds are there. So here deletion time a small piece is deleted, that is a one process. Duplication, the same part is repeated several times, that is a duplicated. And then inversion, here this is the rotation like this, they are torsion means melee, okay, reverse, just like when you are seeing that anything of the steps, some houses, it is a torsion madri. Okay, so like that we call it inversion. And translocation, changing of their location, that is a one several factors. And then due to the change in the number of chromosomes, now structure does not affect structure of chromosome does not affect here, change happens in the number of chromosomes, okay, whether increase or decrease. Now here due to the changes in the number of chromosomes, again it is divided into the two types. One is a change in the number of sets of chromosomes. Here change in the number of pairs of chromosome. See here I changed a small words in there. First due to the changes in the number of chromosomes, and that first type changes in the number of pairs of chromosomes. Here change in the number of sets of chromosome. What happened means how many number of sets, either single set or total. For example, human organism, human being having the 2 sets of chromosomes, so that's why we say the 23 pairs of chromosomes, correct na? Instead of that one, if in our body having the only single set means a haploid condition, we seen that haploid condition in the gametogenesis process, correct na? After diploid, maybe sometimes, not sometimes, imagine it, okay, maybe 3 sets of chromosomes, that means 3n condition, or maybe 4 sets of chromosomes, 4n condition. So here first category tells about the change in the number of pairs. How many pairs are there? here change in the number of sets of chromosomes that tells about the diploid, triploid, haploid or tetraploid that. So here both these and all two number of chromosomes will change as variation happened by the non-disjunction. Yesterday only we discussed in the haplodiploid time, sorry, not a haplodiploid, sexual determination time we seen. So Drosophila melanogaster sexual determination time that non-disjunction process I said. Non-disjunction means meiosis will not occur a proper way. So chromosomal segregation will not happen properly. So that's why one side it will get one more number of chromosome, one side less than normal set of chromosomes. So here in the changes in the number of pairs of chromosomes time, it leads to the aneuploidy. That aneuploidy condition we can say 2n plus 1 or 2n minus 1. 2n. Yesterday also you got it this word. What is the meaning of adding of the one extra chromosome in the normal condition or lost their one normal chromosome from their normal condition? That we represented in the form of 2n plus 1, 2n minus 1. That means diploid organism only, it is along with the diploid organism they have got one extra chromosome. Or here 2n minus 1, in the diploid organism it lost their normal chromosome, one chromosome itself. So here the change happens in the one single chromosome or one pair chromosome. That means either any one, correct na? So that is a thing. So that's why if one chromosome lost means that indicates a monosomy, and extra one chromosome added means trisomy. Okay, for example XXX, if you take female organism, sexual chromosomes are 2x chromosomes. Instead of that one XXX, 3x are there na, that is a trisomy. So here in the 2XX chromosomes, one X chromosome is there na, that is a monosomy. Okay, and then polyploidy, when you coming to the change in the number of sets of chromosomes, that is we call it a polyploidy. Here we can say about the total sets of chromosomes. 23 sets of chromosomes we want to say. Okay, so total number of sets. So here that only different ways, haploidy, n condition, diploid condition, 2n condition, triploidy, 3n condition, tetraploidy, 4n condition. So that is a thing. Based on that here autoploidy and alloploidy, that mean autosomes increase aicha or allosomes increase aicha. Based on that we are classified the mutations in the several categories. One second, here mutation, two type, gene mutation, chromosomal mutation. Gene mutation time, a small point at place of the DNA will change. Chromosomal mutation time, chromosome itself it will be changed, it will be affected. That again structural changes are based on number, structural changes how it will be leads, and then number of changes time whether one single chromosome affected or many more number of sets of chromosomes, total sets of chromosomes is affected, that we want to know. Okay, already you got the concept. And then mutations by the chemical and physical, that and all you know, X-rays, gamma rays, ionization and non-ionization radiation, these and all causes the mutations. Okay, let me wait. Next video, disorders, chromosomal disorders.